Charleston.
This land to 8 men that helped him get his crown back in,
I remember
1660. And
7 of them sold it back to the crown, didn't they? And only
well,
one...
the crown took it back.
No, the crown took it back out.
They were having problems because they were overtaxing the people.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a rebellion brewing, and the crown took it back. They wanted to try to save it. There was a lot of money coming out of here, going to England.
Yeah.
And they thought the royal governors would take a little bit of advantage of it. And so at any rate, there was a Lord Anthony Ashley Cooper, and he laid out a grid for this city the way he thought it should be laid out in 1660. And this city is laid out in accordance with his grid. And in his grid, there was something called the Four Corners of the Law, which was a federal courthouse today.
Mm-hmm.
State courthouse, a county courthouse, a federal courthouse, and a city hall, and a church, and so it was kind of a meeting point in his grid, and so the street that goes through it is called Meeting Street, and that's how it got its name.
Well.
Oh, how pretty.
So that's why his grandfather felt that he was the best one to keep people on. And so that's why Charlie's got it.
Okay, you're going to go the other day hard.
We're going to go in here.
Oh, my
7
God.
feet under the bank.
No, I can't.
So, the Union destroyed everything, but there was enough left of this house, this flanker house, where they could put it back together with the original bricks.
Oh, good.
And so the family lived here and here.
Got alligators out here too?
Oh yeah. We'll see them in a minute. And so they have the closing ceremony right here.
Oh, right here.
So they have a big concert here, and then they have a fireworks. So it's pretty neat.
The Patriot, the movie with Mel Gibson.
All right, there's a garden party right here. And if you
Yes.
if you remember the movie, there was a lady standing next to the royal governor chatting
Yes.
at this garden party, and there was a ship out in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow Francis Marion got out to the ship and blew it up.
Oh, yeah.
And the lady is standing next to get these little kernels off of this stock.
Mm-hmm.
So they would take a tool like this and they would put it in the fields and they would beat it with this thing. And when they were finished, they have something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can't ship this rice because it's got 2 coats on it, and if you ship this rice, it'll rot in the barrel before it gets to England. So they got to get the 2 coats off. So they take this rice and they put it in a mortar and pestle. They use the flat end. and they would gently pound it. Now, if you pound it too hard, you break the rice. And broken rice isn't worth as much as looking at the house, you can see that it has porches that run down the side. And the side porch in Charleston is called a piazza. Now, it's all on a street that runs north-south like this. They will always be on the south side of the house and never on the north. And the old joke is, this is Charleston, we would never face north.
Never say north.
Never face north, never face north. But the real deal is that a house that is built to keep you cool in the summer, as these are, can keep you even cooler in the winter. Right up top, you also see the image, the female image, in the plate on the side. Right there. You know that is the Stella. That is.
Okay.
It's also the figure that's on the Liberty Head nickel. Yes, the Stella. That's what that is right there.
Yeah.
The house we're going to see here was built by Mr. Russell between 1803 and 1808 at a cost of $80,000 contemporary dollars. It has a cantilevered staircase, 3 floors with no visible means of support. Yeah. Federal style house, which these are. The most formal rooms are oval rooms, and the Oval Office is a highly formal federal style room in a federal style way.
Real hybrid of the South.
Yeah.
That is.
So there you see, so you have 3 oval rooms all the way up.
How have you guys enjoyed your trip so far?
It's been very good. Very informational.
How about you, Dad?
Wonderful. Couldn't be any better. We got a great estimate.
This Charleston brick.
Were the bricks made here in Charleston?
All of the bricks have an amazing story. So yes, they are all locally made. They are made by the enslaved. And the enslaved were building all of these walls and structures. That building actually dates to 1685. Now,
You said that's the oldest building?
oldest surviving structure on the peninsula. 1685. Now, it was originally built as a tavern. Looks like a tavern, right? And so you'd have those sailors coming here. You'd go find out what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And what I love about it too is it also looks almost Dutch to me, right? It has
does
a
look a
really
little bit.
interesting.
You're right.
So most people don't know that. They think America was the biggest importer of these enslaved, but actually it's South America and the Caribbean. And so North America, about 1 million. In the United States alone, about 650,000. Now, of those 650,000, about 50% of them come right through the city of Charleston. So it is big business. These auctions are taking place in public.
Charleston, yes.
And that is actually a kitchen building. So I'd mentioned those kitchens were separate structures by the early 1700s, and that's the kitchen building for its main house that's out there on State Street. Well, yes, and it's so noisy, so it's fun to head through the alley. I'll pass through here first. Doors that we'll see inside, the details that you'll see, the craftsmanship is stunning. There, so you know every bit of this house is just screaming that extraordinary wealth. Nathaniel Russell. Yes, in our Nathaniel Russell. And it's what's called a cantilever staircase. So that means that each stair supports the stair beneath it. It does not touch the walls as it goes up in this post. Mother actually worked here for 30 years. She was in charge of the docents, and so this was my second home, you know, when I was growing up. And we were running all around the house, and now they're very specific and secure. I used to love to help set this table every Christmas. We would put these wonderful cakes out, and it's you know, decorated as it would have been back in those days, and changing out different types of china and things.
The other ones, then they just were the first.
You have any advice for future travelers?
Good shoes.
Good shoes. That's good advice. How about you, Dad?
Take your son with you.
Take it. All right, we've got touring to do. We'll see you soon.